Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be talking about a topic that I am extremely passionate about. And to get straight to it, it is the topic of people giving up on their Salesforce dream. And this can happen for a number of reasons. Usually it happens because you are right at the beginning of the journey and it's not making a lot of sense. You're on trailhead, you're trying to do a super badge, and it's just not clicking, and you've been doing it for 10 hours or 20 hours or 50 hours, and you're just not sure if things are going to work out for you. That, am I going to put in all this effort and it's not going to work out? Or I've been on trailhead for 30 hours and I just don't seem to understand Salesforce, so maybe it's not for me. Or you might be a little further along and you might be saying, I took my admin exam and I failed it and I was kind of beaten up, and I went back and took it the second time and I failed it again. And I just feel so down that I don't know if I'm going to be able to go through this journey. And that's not even the end of it. You know, many of us get to the point of we've got certifications and we're interviewing and we just keep getting told no. And it is so demoralizing to be told no by a real person. You go to an interview, you might even do a case study project and put time and effort into this on multiple weekends. And then they just say, no, we're looking for somebody with more experience. We're looking for somebody who's a little bit better fit, or whatever the case may be. So this video just got started off with a lot of the negative that can happen on this journey. Okay. And you have to take a deep breath and take a step back and realize there is no question of whether or not you can be successful as a Salesforce professional. The question is whether or not you're ready to be successful. And there are going to be ups and downs. When you are transitioning with anything in life, you are going from one career to another career, or you're coming out of school into a new career, and you have all these reasons why it might not work for you. And this is so normal. It's extremely normal to build up reasons why this might not work because you're protecting yourself against a negative outcome. And it's okay to feel that way. And it's okay to feel like an imposter and to feel a little bit insecure. But I would just caution you not to give up on Salesforce because of those things, okay? Because you're too old, or you're too young, or you don't think you're the right ethnicity or gender, or you don't have the right background or the right college degree, or whatever it is. Trust me when I say these obstacles can be overcome, and it's closer than you realize. So today I want to show you a few just clips that I found from people in the Salesforce for Everyone Facebook group, people in our internal Talent Stacker members group, and just a few different things that I hope can give you some hope and help you realize that you may feel like your Salesforce dream job is just light years away. It's not even close. And what you don't realize is just how close it is if you just focus for a little bit longer, just a few more weeks, and you'll realize it was right in front of me. And I'm so glad that I hung on, and I executed some patience, and I got over some of those insecurities. And now that dream is a reality. So let's jump into a few things that I hope show you that this is absolutely possible for you, even if you're feeling like, I don't know if I can do this today. Starting with Jackie here. So you can see she's saying, I just took my Salesforce admin exam and I failed. I made a 58. I've invested 4 months spending 2 to 4 hours a day. I've done Trailhead. I've done Mike Wheeler. I've been to the Certification Days webinar. I'm watching YouTube. I'm on Focus on Force. I actually did pretty good with Focus on Force exams. The actual exams seem much harder than Focus on Force. I usually don't give up easily, but I'm feeling extremely discouraged. What should I do next to prepare for this exam? This is exactly how so many people feel, and they give up right now. Now, the great news is Jackie did not give up. Jackie didn't even get close to giving up, but you can see and you can feel it in this message, how she felt and how easy it would have been for her to say, you know what, I'm done. Like, I'm just not up for the challenge. Today's not my day. I'm done with this. I'm going to go back to whatever job I'm doing today or whatever I thought I was going to do. And I'm just going to keep doing that because Salesforce isn't for me. And I give up. And then we flash forward 3 months later, I accepted an offer today. I get very emotional every time I think about it. My position is business analyst 2 at a consulting company. I completed a CPQ and Sales Cloud case study and did a demo on my 3rd interview. Completing that demo validated my capability. Don't give up. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Take it one day at a time. You can see the transformation that happened. We went from struggling to pass a certification exam to landing a job and telling others, please don't give up. So if you feel like this, and this is you, please don't give up. All right, next, we're going to look at Tanya. So I'm just going to read the first part of this one because I think it's the most meaningful for what I'm trying to convey here. But I came to a realization today about why I failed the admin exam twice. I was studying to pass the test. So regardless, and you can read on, you can press pause and read on if you want to, but she's rethinking this. You can tell she hasn't given up hope. She says, I failed it twice. I'm going to figure this thing out. So if you're one of those people who is trying to get a certification and you failed it multiple times, guess what? You're just like everyone else. You're not different. The difference is you might be one of the people who fails twice and gives up, or you might be one of the people who fails twice and then you find yourself creating a video talking about your success in landing a Salesforce job. And I have the privilege of knowing Tanya and knowing that she is doing exceptionally well in her career, still very actively engaged in the Salesforce community and really enjoying her new consulting position. So you can go from failing the admin exam twice to just a few months later being a Salesforce professional. And that's what I mean by it happening so quickly. Now, moving on, here's Tucker Gardner. He says, hey, all, I've just received my Salesforce administrator certification. So now we're moving forward a bit. We're past Trailhead. We're past super badges. We're on the other side. We're certified. So what I want to show you here is that, so Tucker's in a hurry. He's going, you know what? My job is going to end on January 15th. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Can I do something this quickly? Can I really go from it being November 24th and looking up in 2 months and being in a position where I'm actually successfully doing something else? Or is it just too far away for me to focus on this right now? And now we have the same person. Hey, all, I hope all is well. The weather is getting warm. Just wanted to give a shout out to Brad and all in this program. I love the support and knowledge it has given me. I joined this program at the end of November, started my first admin role on February 22nd. I'm absolutely loving it. If you need anything, let me know. And this is a big part of the community, and I'll talk about that at the end of this video. But being part of a community of support that will help you along when you're struggling. It is so important to engage in the community. It is so important to ask for help. You are not in a silo. You're not doing this alone. There are people who are ready to help you. All right. So we have Josie Kelly. This is one of my favorite people. Hey, y'all, quick question. How comparable is the web assessor exam to the actual exam? I scored higher than I thought I would. Made an 80, and I'm not sure if that is an indicator on how things will go on my actual exam. So once again, this person is just working on a certification. And so many people think, well, I'm certified, but I'm still so far away. I got to get hands-on experience. I got to get interview prep. I got to work on my LinkedIn branding. I got to go apply for jobs and go through all these interviews and deal with all this stuff. I just don't know if I'm ready for it. So Josie's still working on getting her first certification. And then what do you know? 2 months later, she's certified. She's landed a job. And these are actual quotes from her. I can't believe I'm one of those people. 2 months and boom, you've got a job. I know initially there will be some hesitation, but I can only imagine what I would be doing if I didn't join. My LinkedIn would have been bland. I wouldn't have the job I have now. You have to take this leap. So I don't really want to talk about the program in this video. I just want to talk to you about not giving up. I want to talk to you about wherever you are today, keep pushing one step at a time, be easy on yourself, and you will be successful. All right, so this story I love because I remember watching it unfold and I wasn't sure what direction it was going to go. I knew that if Dan stayed focused, he would be successful. But Dan was going through a roller coaster, and this process of not knowing what Salesforce is, to getting certified, to interviewing, to getting denied, to interviewing more, and then getting accepted, and then getting a job, it can be overwhelming if you're not ready for that roller coaster. So Dan says in this post, worst bombing of an interview I've ever had. And you can feel the emotion here. Email at 11:30 telling me they want to interview me at 1:30 because they need to hire and it's their only time available. Okay, so he hops on the call. Good grief, questions about Apex. They clearly didn't read my resume. Scenario questions like the admin and app builder exams, which honestly, I'm not the guy with verbal recall like that. Initial interviewer told me that he'd typically reject me outright because I didn't have 2 years experience, but he liked me and my go-getter attitude, and he passed me on to see what happens. Sorry for the rant, and so he gets in there and they pass him into the interview and he just takes a beating in this interview. And you can imagine how demoralizing that is. So now jumping forward, this is 2 days later. If you, click back on this video real quick, you'll see that 2 days later, from the depths of Hades to the heavens, I had an initial interview for a junior admin consultant role this morning, and it couldn't have gone any better. Complete 180 from the debacle that occurred the other day. Very nice conversational interview. He's the COO, was completely open to me being a fresh talent, and is looking to take someone under his wing to train and help them grow. So we'll skip forward, but I want to show you how quickly you can go from I'm failing an exam. I just had the worst interview of my life. And within days, not months, not years, none of that, days, that can all turn around. We look up about a week later. Shockingly, 2020 and thus far into 2021 has been an enormous cluster for me, like many. I've been unemployed for far too long. I've come a long way. Now doing trailhead training on my phone at the laundromat, to now being 2X certified, learning from Brad in a Facebook group, on YouTube, and joining the program, LinkedIn help, and interviewing help. And Friday, I accepted a position as a solution analyst at a small startup where I'll be working Salesforce admin duties and learning Conga and CPQ. So the bottom line here is just stay focused. You can see the struggles. You're not alone. These people use the community. These people reached out for help. These people wanted to be successful. And even if they felt like giving up, and I'm sure they had a lot of thoughts and a lot of conversations about, is Salesforce for me? Can I do this? Will I be successful? The answer was yes, and the answer is yes for you too. So if you made it this far, thank you for taking the time to consider Salesforce as a future for you. Thank you for taking the time to just think through and determine, are you like some of these people? And could another week make all the difference for you? And I also want you to get support. I want you to not forget that you're not in this alone. The beautiful thing about Salesforce is the community. It is the Ohana. Go on LinkedIn. Go on the Salesforce for Everyone group on Facebook and reach out. People are ready to help you. I promise they're ready to help you because I've seen it thousands of times before. Be transparent. Talk about the struggle you're going through. Talk about, what you're up against and why you feel like it's different for you or why you feel like you're not quite ready. And the other thing I want you to do is give yourself a break. Be easy on yourself. You don't have to do it this week. You don't have to do it this month. You can have a weekend off. You can have a week off. And you don't have to be on Trailhead every single day. And I know you're probably out there watching people on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else, and they're saying, I just got certified. I just landed a job. Things are amazing. And it feels like, well, this is never going to happen for me. It's happening for everyone else, but not for me. And I promise you, if you go out there, just post in the group, be a little transparent and say, hey, this is what's happening in my life. This is the struggle I'm up against. Has anybody else felt this way? And you are going to be surrounded by support. So thank you for watching this. Thank you for taking a moment to just consider the alternatives to throwing in the towel. And I hope that you'll find that with just a little bit of patience and a little bit of time and being a little bit easier on yourself during this journey, you are going to find success, even if it's not exactly the way you thought it was going to be found. So just let this happen naturally. It will come to you. Stay focused out there, and good luck.